like admitting everybody in one by one. Got him. Where's the music, Ashton?
What's that?
Put your music.
I have it on. Is it not working?
It's okay.
We'll get it someday.
We'll get it someday.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody. We will get started here in a few minutes. It is 1:14, so I'll probably give it about 2 more minutes. That's Sarah Watson.
Yes.
She wants to be hanging out with us right now, I think.
She's been busy.
Busy girl. Awesome. It is 1:15. Let's give it just another minute and we will get started with our hub today. I wasn't on the last one. I feel like it's been forever.
We missed you.
I know. I know.
Welcome back.
Sarah says, I always want to hang out with you ladies, but she doesn't know I'm actually going on vacation with her this week.
She doesn't know.
She leaves. She doesn't know yet.
We have to make Sarah one of our presenters.
Yeah. All righty. Well, it is 1:16, so let's go ahead and get started here. Welcome, everybody, to the 9th episode of The Hub. So July's episode is pretty special to me. You know, last month, we launched that last piece of the healthy hygiene journey, that compensation portion. We've designed the program to really put our dental hygienists in the driver's seat to their success. So we've seen about 1 in 4 hygienists take off and live that life of abundance. And really the common denominator to this 25% is really around their mindset. You know, the mind is a powerful thing, and our ego likes to tell us limiting beliefs to really keep us safe. And these safe thoughts are the same thing that really prevent us from growing. You know, as humans, we're guided by comfort, and we really stay close to what's comfortable and reject what isn't, even if it could be better for everyone involved. So we really must get uncomfortable to change. So your new life and way of work will cost you your old one. It'll cost you your comfort zone. But if you allow it, on the other side of that comfort zone can be a whole new world. So today we're going to talk about that mindset and getting into the mindset of being deeply unapologetic about wanting more for ourselves and our patients. You know, to me, love means doing something that is for the highest good for all. And HHP is love. Our patients thrive, our hygienists thrive, and NADG will thrive in return. So before we get started, you know, I'm going to send it over to Miss Charo to talk about the 7th month of the year, July.
Greetings, everyone. Did you know that July is National Hot Dog Month? So if you're a fan of this summertime delight, then you must be super excited. From baseball games to backyard barbecues, hot dogs are a staple in our American culture. So you're probably thinking, why in the world are we discussing hot dogs on a Hygiene Hub call? Well, who knew that New Castle, Pennsylvania is the hot dog capital of the world? It's also home to our very own North American Dental Group. You can see on our NADG slide here that the Resource Center is in the background. which is found in downtown Newcastle, Pennsylvania. The NADG Resource Center is here to support our practices and our mission to deliver best-in-class care every patient, every visit. We have the Human Resources, Revenue Cycle, Accounting, Patient Service Center, and many other departments here to streamline the process to allow you and our field teams the opportunity to do what we do best, which is serve our patients. So before we move into our hub call discussion, let's have a little bit of fun regarding hot dog. Let's have some trivia there. So I'm gonna ask you really quickly, type in your answers into the chat field for these next 3 questions. First question, do you think that a hot dog is a sandwich? Go ahead and type that in, we'll call on you. Candace says no. Ashton says no. Nicole said no way. No way, Jose. All right, I love it. All right, so according to Merriam-Webster, the dictionary, hello, a sandwich is 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between. But that definition, by that definition, hot dogs seem to qualify as a sandwich. Many people argue, though, that while the hot dog technically fits the dictionary definition of a sandwich, it's simply not a sandwich. So it's its own thing. And the answer is no. So thank you for that one. Let's go to the second question really quickly. During the peak hot dog season, which goes from Memorial Day to Labor Day, how many hot dogs do you think Americans are going to consume? Go ahead and throw that in the chat field really quickly as well. Too many. Who said that? Too many. 6 billion. Okay, I see you.
Wow.
Is that Tamara? Rodney, plenty. Okay. Kristen, 2 billion. All right. 10 million. Okay, Miss Ashton. All right. So here we go. The answer is 150 million. Okay. So the billions, kind of high, but I like where you're going with that. Baseball season is here. All right. Which hot dog brand is the most sold? Now, we have 3. Is it Nathan's Hot Dogs, Oscar Mayer, or Ballpark Franks? Go ahead and put your answer in there. I see a ton of ballparks here. Which Franks, Ashton?
Ballpark, of course.
Oh, okay. Someone said she's all right. Someone said Oscar. All right. So the answer to that last question is Ballpark. And last year, Ballpark sold 90 million hot dogs. So considering, we were in a pandemic, there was no baseball games, they still was the leader in hot dog sales. All righty. So thanks for participating in our hot dog trivia. Everyone gets a clap there. Now we're going to go ahead and return back to our regular programming, which is our July Hygiene Hub, Living a Life of Abundance. Ashton, go ahead. I'm going to throw it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Taro. That was very fun, very informative as well. So we've been discussing about healthy hygiene, and healthy hygiene is the road to success and represents love on all levels for our patients, our team, and our business. We have listened intently to our hygiene teams and what matters to them. NADG is committed to continually improving the culture and atmosphere for our hygienists to thrive. We have looked at the past and asked, how have we failed? We have taken these failures to learn and grow. Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs, and we are excited for the future. NADG Hygiene is a story. So what will be your story within the story? What we think is what we create, and we have the power to change our story, even when we can't see the result yet. So I have a question for you. Have you accelerated down the road to success, or are you still daydreaming? If you have accelerated down this road, how is it going for you? Are you experiencing a sense of fulfillment? Have you found a new pep in your step? If you are still daydreaming or having reservations, what is your fear? What is stopping you from embracing the journey to success? Are you going to sit at the stoplight, or are you going to put the pedal to the metal and move forward? You are your owner's manual. You own your thoughts, and what we believe, we achieve. Are you witnessing HHP as an opportunity and the GPS towards greatness, or are you sitting at the light fearful? You control your destiny. And with that said, Kelly, I'm going to flip it to you.
Yeah, so like Ashton said, we're in our car and we have this road to success in front of us. So we really have two options. A, to sit at the light and be fearful of change, and with that scarcity mindset, or we can move forward and think abundantly. So what does scarcity actually mean? It is a belief that there will never be enough, possibly not enough patients, treatment options, or maybe we have concerns that patients will say no to treatment recommendations. Essentially, you cling to the thought that you're always going to come up short. And these fearful thoughts really come from our foe and our friend, our ego. So let's talk about the definition of fear. It's false evidence appearing real. So essentially, we're bringing thoughts into the future that aren't real right now. And much of our fear comes from past experiences, and we project them into the future. Our ego mind wants to make things real, even when they're not. So the 120 hygienists successful on HHP have shifted their mindset to that abundant thinking. To think abundantly means to think that there are limitless possibilities. We take those outdated narratives and negative beliefs out of the mind. And instead of thinking of ways that this won't work, we're thinking of all of the ways that this will work. So today we want to review over some of those fearful thoughts around HHP and really get grounded in possibility. Because at the end of the day, we are the only thing holding us back in life. So I'm going to have Ashton take it away with our first HHP myth. You want to go ahead and debunk it?
Yes.
Cool.
So a fearful thought tells us, I care about my patients, not profit. Abundance allows us to care about our patients and work in a profitable business. So I want you to recall the instructions given from a flight attendant before the plane takes off. They hold up the seatbelt, they show you how to buckle it, they point to the exit door so you can confirm which exit is closest to you. And lastly, they discuss the oxygen mask. They instruct you to put your oxygen mask on first before reaching over to your children, your spouse, your neighbor to help put their oxygen mask on. We have to put the oxygen mask on to help others, and the same is true for our patients. We need the resources of a profitable business to treat our patients. A thriving business is all-encompassing. It is the result of collaboration between employee and employer. It allows us to work with a team that comes together to create positive patient experiences. It retains its employees and it retains its customers. It allows us to be compensated justly for the work that we contribute. Profitable business aligns visions with their employees so we can reach the highest version of ourselves. A thriving business resource is the oxygen given to us when it is needed. So I hope that you choose to look at NADG and the office that you work in through abundant eyes and use its resource for your professional and personal growth. When we look at this slide, it breaks down the results of what we see and what we saw on our HHP results. Our hygiene cohort that really excelled on the HHP also really excelled past the company average in patient care. So let me break the results down for you. We had a cohort of 120 hygienists that were successful on the program and earned more than their base pay. They treated their perio patients at 37.3%, while the company treats on average 28.4%. They managed caries risk patients at 60%, which is right in line with the company average. They screened for oral cancer at a rate of 22.4%, while the company average screens at a rate of 11%. Last but certainly not least is access to care. These hygienists were very successful, seeing 1.1 patients per hour, while the company average is 0.96 patient per hour. 1.1 and 0.96 don't really seem like significant numbers, but what we're finding is that they are truly impactful of the healthy hygiene program success. So that is conclusion of the results. And Charo, I'm going to turn it over to you to debunk another myth.
Great, thanks, Ashton. So let's debunk the scarcity myth about healthy hygiene plan not being able to work in my office due to the demographics that we have. So everyone, as you know this, we can't control if a patient says yes or no to the treatment that we're offering. What we can control is that we're offering our services upfront and equally to everyone. That's why it's extremely important that we are providing comprehensive care to every patient at every visit. And we say this all the time. Whether you're practicing in a fee-for-service, PPO, or highly state-funded office, the demographics simply don't matter. A patient is a patient is a patient. We're treating the individual and not allowing their insurance to dictate the necessary treatment that we're recommending. We should not prejudge or assume a person may or may not be able to afford, but explained to them as what is needed, why it's needed, and how we can treat them and help them. So let's go in with the abundant, confident, and more positive way of thought, right? I will offer exceptional service to all my patients. There are plenty of people that will accept my services. So by doing so and offering your exceptional services, right? Your treatment care that you're recommending, it'll result in your patients trusting you. It'll increase the patient's acceptance, their retention and loyalty will also be increased, but also your personal financial opportunities will also increase now due to having a more abundant, positive lifestyle mindset. When you put all the pieces together and utilize the NADG provided education, the resources, all the tools that we've provided to you so that you can provide comprehensive care confidently to your patients, you will definitely succeed on the healthy hygiene plan. With HHP, our patients are winning because we're providing them with a comprehensive care. You, as a hygienist, you're winning financially. And of course, the business will also win. So on the next slide, we're going to just talk about, some of the regions that are at the top, right? The highest amount of hygienists that were successful on the HHP plan fall under the Michigan 3 and Northeast Ohio categories. They had 50% of their hygienists be successful and receive a variable comp bonus. Georgia 1 and Toledo had 44% of their hygienists. Indiana had 43% of their hygienists be successful, followed by the last three of Greater PA, Tennessee, and Central Ohio, with 40% of their hygienists, right, being successful. So as I mentioned on the previous slide, demographics simply do not matter, as these regions that I've just read to you aloud are seeing state-funded and Medicaid patients. The success of these hygienists and offices is because they have committed themselves to the NADG mission of every patient, every visit will receive best-in-class care that is comprehensive. You get out what you put in. So by following the PDA guidelines of obtaining necessary medical histories, data gathering, which is going to include your full mouth x-rays, complete perio charting, doing a risk assessment, offering fluoride oral cancer screenings, along with being aligned with your doctor because you're both co-diagnosing the treatment plans, right, for your patients. That's going to lead to successful patient experiences and better outcomes. We would like to welcome one of our successful hygienists from our Michigan Montrose location. Her name is Candace Petty. And Candace is going to share a few words, a brief testimonial regarding how hygiene infusion and team alignment has helped her with patient care and earned her a variable compensation bonus. So Candy, I know you're here. If you can come off mute and just discuss your testimonial with everyone, would be greatly appreciated.
Hello.
Hi.
I was just gonna go through like Okay, when you do the hygiene infusion, it has enough information to give us the tools to do our job better. The one thing that I use quite often is the morning huddle review sheet that lets me know what my patients are due for. And it's helping me to find some of these charts that don't have up-to-date FMXs and things like that, or people that have had SRPs that need to be reestablished as a perio patient because it's been years with problems. It also helps me to prepare before the patient comes to see if there's any out-of-pocket expense, so I don't have to deal with that battle at the end of the appointment. Also, I use the Carrie's risk assessment sheet as an opening to discuss the oral cancer and the fluoride and why we recommend it. That has helped a lot just because it gives you a launch point. One of the key things for the healthy hygiene, I do have to say, honestly, is having good communication with the office. My office staff has been wonderful to help me keep things streamlined and flowing. We are a predominantly state-funded office, and we all know it's hard. But if you present the treatment to the patient of what they need, and they know that you're coming from a place of care, not, like you said, not money, most patients are receptive. Sometimes you're going to run against a wall, but if you have the x-rays, we have a wonderful intraoral camera system. You use all your tools. Usually there's not any problems with that. One of the things with healthy hygiene, the hygiene infusion program, was the information it supplies. A lot of statistics for oral cancer and why it's recommended for younger people versus the older people. A lot of people still think that oral cancer is for smokers. And then you have to introduce the viral aspect of it and all of that stuff. That's all data that if you take some notes while you go through the class, it helps out a lot. Trying to think of anything else that I haven't already said. No, I do have to say the one thing though is giving us the flexibility to adapt our schedule to make it more productive for ourselves. Us as hygienists know where we need time and where we don't need time. We also have been using the second column because I'm by myself, but just for overflow for the failed patients. Another thing that I have changed in the last couple of weeks is I'm also going through all of doctor's appointments for the next day and seeing who is due for hygiene. That way I can pull from doctor's schedule, and it doesn't have to be looked into. We already know ahead of time. It's helped a lot to fill the schedule when things have come open. Is there anything else you can think I need to talk about?
No, actually, you know what? I think you covered a great deal of helpful information, and not only just from the hygienist perspective, but also, you hit on some points for the doctor perspective, right? Yeah. Being aligned with the doctor, coming together with a comprehensive treatment plan for your patients, utilizing your schedule templates. That's something that I know we've been talking about on in, all the time. But, I greatly appreciate, your thoughts and your testimonials and just going through, hygiene infusion and using that tool as a resource to help you be successful in your patient care, and also leading to you earning your variable compensation bonus on the healthy hygiene plan. So, keep up the great work. And, I'm sure that a lot of hygienists that are on this call is going to be able to really take back some of the things that you said and to start to adopt them in their practices. So Candy, great job. And thanks for participating today.
No problem.
Appreciate you. Now, Danny, I'm going to pass it back over to you so you can debunk our next myth.
Thanks, Charo. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us today. So the saying, no risk, no reward. I think we've all heard that before. I don't want to risk it. This may not work. Stop and ask yourself how many times you've actually said or thought those things. And I think we probably all have at one point or another. And when you do, you don't stand up for yourself. You don't ask necessarily for what you want. Maybe you think about a life's dream or goal and you never take action. And in the meantime, life goes on and time just ticks away. That's the scarcity mentality mentioned on this slide. But what I have found is that when you feel most scared or uncomfortable and when you're out of your comfort zone, growth occurs. So what you really need to do is flip the switch, change your mindset. Allow yourself to accept and welcome change. Try not to fear it. Lean in and push yourself to new levels. Take ownership of your earnings and commit to the processes that will get you there. So this leads me to what we're offering to help you achieve the abundance, and that is the Healthy Hygiene Plan, or HHP as we reference it. It's a twofold compensation program. It will ensure that our number one priority, the patients, are receiving the comprehensive care that they need and deserve, and it's also going to reward you for providing it. Instead of thinking, what if this doesn't work? Again, flip the switch and think, what if it does? Take on that abundance mentality. Think of the possibilities of what it can do for you, for your life, your family. It will take hard work, but that hard work will pay off because the patient wins with the exceptional care. You, as well as NADG, will thrive. You can change to the next slide for me. Thank you. So this slide here is just a quick snapshot of the number of stars earned for regions as well as individual hygienists. This is our 5-star scalar dashboard. We really encourage you to focus on your one thing. Focus on earning that 1 star and keeping it, then set goals and put processes in place to achieve your 2nd and then 3rd star. When we take care of our patients, the earnings will follow. You just need to embrace and trust the process. I'm going to turn it over to Unique to share her thoughts. It's all you, Unique.
Thanks, Danny. Every single hygiene hub, guys. Scarcity tells us that HHP will not work for me, but only for those top 40 hygienists. While the abundance mindset shouts, yes, I can. I am just as capable as the other hygienists who are successful. Now, just on a personal level, just to bring some reference to this as well, I don't know how many of you have watched the movie Creed with Apollo. You know, he was seen as the underdog. He was smaller than his opponent. He didn't fight as many fights as his opponent. But what he did, he really assessed what he really needed to do to be successful. And he set those plans in place. He got Rocky to be his coach. He exercised and did all that he had to do. For us, it's a little bit different. We definitely have to put the work in. We have to make sure that we're partnering, and we've heard this throughout the theme is partner with our doctors and with our office team just to make sure that our schedules are correct, that we're showing up on time for our huddles, that we are doing our chart audits and all that. We have to put our work and change our mindset. Now, the entire reason I went into dentistry was to help patients. Why did you become a dental hygienist? If we start at our purpose, our calling, that will be the driver for our success. And that success will be the ultimate goal of helping our patients. Once we're reminded of the why, we should also consider the following. Who? I am because I am capable. You have the education, you have the training needed to care for your patients comprehensively. We don't doubt that. You have the certificate and the licensure to prove that. How will you do this? Charles said it, data gathering, appropriate x-rays, offering services equally and upfront to all our patients. When will we do this? No time like the present. A patient with disease should be cared for as soon as possible. Why should we do this? Because it is the right thing to do. Providing appropriate care, we are empowered to partner with our doctors and to treat what we see with the support of the data that we've gathered. Scarcity says my patient will be mad or upset if I tell them what I see and how much it will cost. Abundance says I am obligated to share the facts and education with my patient so that we can truly care for their oral and systemic needs. And we also have the financial tools available to assist our patients to take care of their disease. And we are more than capable of caring for our patients. Another thing that I noticed with Apollo, back to my Creed analogy, is that he had an awesome support system, and you do too. You have the support of your clinical service managers, your regional managers, your office manager, hygiene assistant, the entire office, but also you. You are the biggest cheerleader, your biggest cheerleader. Plus, we have tons of resources available to you that we have worked incessantly to provide you and to keep you updated, to keep you knowledgeable, and also to continue to develop you so that you feel empowered on this journey. On our next slide, you'll see a list of hygienists. Now you're probably looking to see if you can find your name on this list. Now, first, I'd like to say this is amazing. I can recognize several hygienist names on this list, and we would like to say congratulations to the providers that are on here in our respective regions. Our patients appreciate you, and so do we. For my fellow hygienists who are not on this list yet, I encourage you to focus on your what, your why, and your how. And imagine tomorrow walking into your offices after this hub call, feeling empowered to provide comprehensive care, empowered to take ownership of your schedule, being prepared for your day because you've completed your chart audit, going in with the mindset of caring for your patients by educating and presenting the right care. Then there is no way you can't be successful or you won't be successful. If you're facing any sort of operational barriers, please partner with your office managers, your regional managers, and if any clinical barriers, please partner again with your office manager, your regional director of operations, your regional dental director, and of course us, your CSM. We are here to help. We are in this together. Next, I'll turn it over to Ms. Kelly.
Thanks, Unique. So healthy hygiene was designed for us to reach our true north. And at NADG, our true north really is to pioneer a new culture of dentistry and really deliver best-in-class care for every patient at every visit. So what if we just practiced in a neutral position with zero fear? Remember, fear is false evidence appearing real. What would that look like? We would educate our patients on what we see 1,000%, and we would discuss treatment options to get the patient to their highest health status. There would be no fear of patient rejection, whether the rejection be the clinical diagnosis or the financial hurdles. I can't talk today. We would quit channeling, our energy into something that's really outside of our control, and we would use that energy for the things that we can control. Those habits, those actions, and those behaviors that you learn about in our different hygiene platforms. And when we do experience rejection from patients, we just redirect ourselves. What did I fail at with this patient, if anything? And what did I learn from it? If the patient can't complete treatment now, what can we do right now to get them healthier and thinking about the future possibilities at their upcoming appointments? You always want to compete with who you were yesterday. So believe you deserve it and the universe will serve it. We are what we believe. So what is your belief? My belief is that we can have it all and we can have fun doing it. And it starts with our mindset. It's not, what if this doesn't work, but rather, how will this work? And then we do the work. We can have excuses and we can have results, but we really can't have both. So let's believe in more for our patients and believe in more for us. Because when it comes to success, we really are the only thing standing in the way. So get out of the way and remember, you are safe to try new things and you're always going to fall on your feet. So next month, we're going to talk about setting goals and really knocking them down one at a time. So it's based off of the book, The One Thing. So we're really going to talk about how to be strategic in your growth and really building momentum to get you to your true north. So thank you everyone for your time. And we look forward to next month and really look forward to seeing, the hygiene department grow, each and every month. And we really want you all to be successful on HHP. And please reach out to our team, if you need support. But look forward to meeting again in August for our double-digit Hygiene Hub episode 10. So thanks everyone for joining. Bye-bye.